my addiction, I guess, if you want to use that for a word, to food, and how I use food as my way of coping. So that was really highlighted to me, and that again it comes back to the fear, but again in reaching in and having that courage to trust and surrender everything to Jesus. So it's made me really aware. I want to do it again because I feel that it will make all these learnings from this time through even more solid, even more grounding for me. And Dave just said to me, I have to share this with you. And I've been praying a lot about this. So, bit of background. He is baptized Anglican, but he doesn't believe, right? So I've been praying, for things to happen. And he goes, I had a moment today. No, here it comes. Stop it. I had a moment today where I really thought God was real and Jesus was with me, because I keep cutting, like he had some inmate try and attack him again today, and he caught it by the corner of his eye. And he goes, I don't know how I keep doing that, but I keep doing that. Yes. I was so excited. So just
praise Jesus.
Yes.
It's all there, babe. He's coming for you.
I know. I can't tell you, like every day. It's just like let Dave have some encounter with Jesus. Let Dave. And he just came up to me just out of the blue then, and he goes, I do have to tell you that I thought this, and this today. He goes, but it was only for 2 minutes, and then I forgot about it. I was like, hey, 2 minutes, I'll take that.
That is
so anyway, that's so that's definitely a win that I'm going to take. So yeah, but I highly recommend it. I don't think that you can ever stop learning and growing, and digging deeper into being better. So yeah, be a better version of yourself, and why not do it with your faith?
Thank you, Sandra. So it's really cool. There is the first day, so we can work out whether we want to do teaching one, day one together on the one day. That is because there's four teachings in the 21 days, and there's 21 days as well. So each day you get a scripture, you watch a little video, which takes about 5 minutes. There's around 5 minutes of reading scripture. It's all online and it's all in a course. And then you sit and you meditate for around 2 minutes, and you allow whatever subconscious toxic thought, which is based around your fear or whatever it is, to come up. Mm-hmm. And then you have a journal, which I've never done in my life.
I'm so proud of her. She did this every day. We
never done 20 of anything straight.
So awesome.
And I have a journal, and you have to draw pictures. Now my pictures are so pathetic. They're the little stick man and woman, and Jesus has got a halo around his head. That's the difference between that stick person and my stick person, that he had a circle around his head.
See, it's interesting. I think
too, G.
Yeah, G, can I just add, like,
doesn't mind.
Yeah,
he doesn't mind.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. But for me, it was more writing. Like, I didn't have very many pictures, and that doesn't matter if you don't. Mine was more what was coming for me, and I just wrote it all down. So whatever it is for you, it is fine. It's so what you get from it.
Or draw. So each day was so interesting, because I started off by going to Sandra, I don't know, should I do anxiety? But I have loads of procrastination, and I'm so full of fear. And we looked at it and thought, well, what's the first thing you had? What's the root of it all? And it's fear. Like, fear came into my life, I believe, when I was about 2 years of age. It might have even been younger. And I became fearful of so many things, fearful of the boogeyman, fearful of the dark, fearful of somebody. If I looked out the window, somebody might look back in at me in the dark, fearful of the man under the bed, fearful of everything. that's when fear really started for me, and it's moved on then to anxiety. So, and procrastination and fear of man, fear of people pleasing, fear of rejection, like you name it, I've got them all. And in the 21 days, you just kind of sit there and you meditate. So you work out on day one or even beforehand. And that's why I wanted to get you now to say, look for scripture. So you look for 3 scriptures that are based on self-worth, fear, whatever it is that you're looking for. You go and find 3 scriptures that really, really resonate with you. Now, we can pop up a couple of the scriptures that we used for fear, if fear is the thing for you, but otherwise Google, and then there's lovely images. So, why don't we pop a couple of the things up in Prayer Warriors? And if someone's going to go for shame or self-worth, you could maybe find a couple of scriptures, go to the images, and then there's nice pictures. And then I just wrote them out because you need to learn them off by heart. I chose to learn them off by heart so I could declare them when I was out and I was feeling anxious about something. I would straight away go, for God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of love and power and of a sound mind. And my last thing that I learned was the actual scripture number. So it's now I've learned 2 Timothy 1:7, for God has not given me a spirit of fear. But at the time I couldn't remember all of that. So I remembered the words. And then once I knew them, I learned the scripture. And like Joshua 1:9, Sandra gave me, and I'd never even seen that scripture, and I absolutely love it now. But I found a different version of it, Sandra, that it said, for have I not commanded you, be strong, be full of courage, do not be afraid or be dismayed. The Lord your God is with you wherever you will go. And so I've grown to really, hey Dave, I've grown to love these scriptures now, and I declare them. I put on my armor day and night. And I have so needed to put on my armor because we're going to be fighting spiritual warfare big time in this 21 days. Things have held you back. Fear and shame and unworthiness has held you back from doing God's work. And there is going to be a battle. And I will say at day 9 and 10, I rang Sandra. We were praying here at Prayer Warriors. I was like, man, my anxiety was heightened today. Conflict resolution, which I hate, I was in the middle of for 2 days, like, ugh. And Sandra had all sorts of issues going on in her family life. But
it's been more so for me this week. So it's been really interesting that mine was more towards the end and G's was right in the middle.
Oh, mine was this week too.
And it's been full on this week. Yeah.
But in all of that, we did our fast. And you can do whatever you want in your fast. You can do food. You can do, Sandra was a teacher, so she couldn't just do all day without food because she just couldn't cope with kids. So she just kind of decided just to have a lunch and then a couple of crackers at night. And that was it, which was huge anyway. I decided to go water and green tea, which I've never done a water fast before. A lady, when I met her at Kingdom Business, challenged me since to just do an Esther, which is no water, no tea, no food for 3 days. It's the Esther fast. And she said, you talk about breakthrough.
You, Janelle.
The biggest breakthrough, she said, I've ever had was doing the Esther fast for 3 days.
No.
So I'm going to pray about that and see whether that's what I end up doing this time.
Wow.
And then, but what happened from it, like day 19, when it said you need to get rid of these words that have been spoken over you and these identities you've said, hi, my name is G and I'm anxious, or I'm this and I'm that, you need to lose these. And he spoke about Jacob wrestling with God all night. And in the morning, God said, you are no longer Jacob, you are Israel. And it said, you need to take off your names. And I felt straight away God saying, your name is Grania. And you've been calling yourself G, and Grania means love and grace. Gro is love and Grania is grace. And my pastor said, Grania, you have been missing out on 30 years of people saying words over you, love and grace, love and grace, love and grace. You have missed this opportunity for 30 years. Do you know the power that is in your name? And would you believe that I messaged them and said, I need to be baptized over this weekend. Would you baptize me? Grania, please. And it has to be at Coventry. And they never baptize people. Like they baptized Susan a month ago, but before that it was months and there's not a lot of baptisms. And they said, would you believe we are baptizing at Coventry tomorrow?
Yay.
So we will baptize you. And when he did baptize me, but this will just show you the battle that is going on. So that night I'd been baptized, I'd been in church all day, I'd been with amazing people. I love my name, Gronia. And that night I sat there and my brain was like, you're pathetic. Why did you end up doing this? You were okay with G yesterday. Why did you decide that you need to be Gronia? What's the big thing that you're going on about? Why have you even done this? And I was literally like, shut up, shut up, shut up. And I was tired. And it was, so I've had another 3 days since my baptism of going through lots of conflict, which I don't like. It makes me anxious. So I've had anxiety. So I have been healed of loads of stuff in this 21 days, but I have decided I am doing the 21 days again. I've been talking, me and Sandra have been really connected with Pastor Lucas, who runs it. And then I just said to him last week, hey, I've got a group of people and I'd like to set a day, like 1 May, and rather than me create a group, you've already got a group. Could we just use your group like 1 May, 1st of May, day 1, the chapter, what did everyone get from it, day 2, just to hold each other accountable and encourage each other. And he never replied back. And I thought, well, that's a big, And then I got a message from his assistant saying, how do I get hold of you? I'm about to send you an email from Pastor Lucas. And I thought, here goes. So I get this email and it said, we would love you to be ambassador of a freedom experience.
Oh.
We would love you to run this group on the 1st of May. And can we let our whole database and our Facebook group all know about the 1st of May? So loads of people could do it then if they want. And you just facilitate it. And I was like, oh my gosh, what do I have to do to facilitate? Can I just stick a post up and just encourage? And he said, yeah, that's all you do. Just encourage people, just be part of it. Just love on people while they're doing it. So I'm just going to share my screen. I'm going to share with you a freedom experience. I'm going to share with you how I bookmark it. So it's at the top of my computer. So each day I just went in and it was there. And I'm just going to run through because Sandra read all the instructions. I don't. So when it came to day 21, I had finished the course in my eyes. And it said, sorry, you haven't finished the course. You have to go back and finish it. And I thought, I've done it 21 days. But there's a silly little quiz. And then there's one question that gets asked each day. And I'd missed that completely out. So I had to go back and I was getting the quiz wrong and So if you don't do the 3 steps of each day, you don't get to do the last day, which is an encounter with Jesus.
It's really easy. It's like 1 or 2 questions that you have a multiple choice. Click it, you move on, and then it might ask you to make a comment about either specific to the topic or what you're praying for or whatever it is relevant to that day. It's really, and it just completes that section.
So can you see here on my top of my page, I've got Lucas Connell. So how to have that at the top, you would just go up and put in a freedomexperience.com, and then you go over here to the star and you add it to the bookmark. So then it's at the top of your computer all the time. So I just go in and I go to log in, and you would log in, I think, or it would say something to you to start. So here then it shows the 2 courses. So when you get started, it will ask you, it'll say it's $49 or put in a promo. So the actual word that you put in is blessed, BLESSED. And then it gives you 30 days free. And then it asks you to stay on and support by paying $9.90 a month, which I have done because then you can do the next course, which is breaking addictions. And you can just go on and be an ambassador like I'm being now and tell people about it. So when you go in here to this course, the Freedom Experience Destructive Mindsets, the first day is a teaching. So you see here, introduction.
Dashboard.
So you do the introduction and you watch the video. Oh, you do the introduction on the side, and you watch the video, and that video is 17 minutes, and that explains to you the whole premise of the course, what you do every day, blah, blah, blah. So my recommendation would be we would start May 1 with the introduction and teaching 1. So that all up is 17 minutes. And then this one is, I think it's 45, teaching 1, I think is, 45 minutes. So that's
an
hour.
The teachings are about 45.
Yeah, so that's an hour all up. So if we make that May 1, that we do teaching 1 and introduction, and then May 2, we start off with day 1, which is life to the full. So then you go and you click on the devotion and you watch it, and that goes for 5 minutes. And then you scroll underneath, because I couldn't find the scriptures, and I'm like, I can't find the scriptures. I don't know what you're talking about. And all it was like you just scroll down, and then they're here. So I felt like a right numpty. And then you do a declaration and you scream it out loud, and I write my declaration down, and then it says, this is what your 30 minutes is. You watch the video, you read the scripture, and then it's 8 to 10 minutes of the meditation and the mind renewal. So the meditation and the mind renewal is all in here as well. There's a PDF with instructions in here. You join the Facebook group as well, and you welcome yourself in there. So you click on here and you go into the Facebook group, and it's a beautiful group, and Pastor Connell and his wife Jackie is in there every day. And this is Mark, who is actually talking about our group. See, praise Jesus. Alicia, I would like to join the group. I'd like to do the thing. So I'm just so excited. I'm going out and I'm going to actually let people know that we're doing it. Suzanne would like to join the group as well. So I'm just so grateful. Don't know what all this means. So you just go in here and you post and said, hey, my name is Jay. I'm excited. I'm joining on 1 May. Pleased to see where God takes this, rah, rah, rah. And then just every day you go in here and you, hang on, I'll go back here. You just go in and I'm going to show you what I didn't do. So you should do this, and what Sandra did do every day. So under teach day 1, then there's a quiz. Now the quiz is simple. You answer 2. So it just says, you pass the quiz. Does God want you to live life to the full, or introduction? If you get it wrong, you just retake the quiz. But then there's this bit, and I haven't filled one of these out. So I'm going to have to retake this. So the brief summary I didn't do. And you get down here to the last one, teaching 4, which is the best one. And you're not allowed to do it unless you've completed every bit of all the rest.
As a teacher.
Yeah, I know. So I had to go back then and do squiggles and all sorts. So that's the course, and it goes so it'll go for 22 days, because we'll do teaching 1 first on day 1, and then day 2 will be 2nd of May will be day 1, and then we just go down along, and then we can all pick when's going to suit us to do the 3-day fast together. You do it between day 14 and day 21. My recommendation would be to do it. I didn't realize, we looked for me, a really good time to do it is a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because it's the middle of the week. There's not stuff on. You're not feeling you're missing out on anything. You haven't got the weekend with everyone eating around you. You're busy. So it worked really well for me to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we can work that out as a group if we want to do the fast together. And you decide whether you want to just give up social media and coffee, whether you want to give up. But I wish I had seen this. I didn't realize that he does a chapter in here on fasting, one of the days, the power of fast on day 16.
That's a great one, actually.
I wish I had done the fast after that.
Yes, me too.
I just finished. I was on the last day of the fast when we were watching that.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I'd listened to this first. So ideally, if we could do it.
That's what I would do this time around after that teaching, G, because I think it's more powerful.
Day 18, on the 18th of May, is Tuesday. So if we're saying that day 1, the 1st of May, is going to be really the teaching 1, and then day 1 will be 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 is May the 17th, which is a Monday. So May the 18th is day 17. So that would work out ideal to do the fast on the 18th of May. And that would be cool to do it together, the three.
Yeah.
To hold us accountable together would be really, really cool. So I will send you through the link. You can join now to get yourself into it and have a look around, to join the Facebook group, and then we'll get started on May the 1st. Let's look for the 3 scriptures, because it's really important that you find 3 scriptures that really resonate with you, that you think, I can remember these, I am going to put these in my heart. And let's try and find ones that really connect. If you're having issues and it's about self-worth and you can't find the scriptures, shout out, message me and Karen or Janelle, and we'll find some scriptures for you. So I put some fear ones up on Prayer Warriors. You're gorgeous.
Oh, thanks. Good.
So yeah, so are we excited?
Yeah.
Very much so. Very looking forward to it. Perfect timing.
Yes, I am too. So let's do this, people. So I've recorded it for the other people that missed out, and I'll put up a freedom experience up in here as well. And let's change lives. Let's change our own. If you've got somebody that you know that should be doing this, invite them, give them the code. Candice has got a beautiful God Girls Christian group. So she's actually asked me to go in and do a video in there about my experience of the 21 days. And then to invite people if they would like to do it. But what great way, and I just want to put this out to you, if you're in some Christian business women's groups, if you're in some groups like that, what better way to add value? As Taylor Warry says, you add value to people and people will ask you about your business eventually. So what a great blessing it would be to go into some of these Christian groups and offer them to do this course with you. And I'm going to write, I've written it all up, and I'm going to write it up with business in it to say, is fear or shame or self-worth holding you back in your business? Do you feel that you're not getting to the next level in your business due to these? Join me on a 21-day, it's free, to accelerate your business. And I will put the writing blurb up in Prayer Warriors, and then you can use it and put it in a couple of groups that you might be in, and see if you can add value and build relationships that way.
That's a great idea. I love it.
Wonderful.
Cool. Well, I need to go and eat now because I'm starving. We've got chicken enchiladas and guacamole. So I am like, yay. So thank you. It went a bit long tonight, but it's only because we had them course. We don't normally go this long. But thank you so much for coming on. Excited to see all these beautiful new faces. Let me know if you are joining the group, or put it in Prayer Warriors that you're joining so we can help you, Jen. If you want to do it and you're feeling a bit overwhelmed with your computer and knowing how you're going to be able to do this, I can meet you tomorrow. I've got time. You could come around here, or I can pop around and I can put it on your computer and I can show you how to do it if you want to do it and you want to join with us. I can help you.
Thank you. That would be good.
Okay, well, let's connect
Awesome.
and we'll do that because I'm around tomorrow and I can help you. Mwah. Love you all.
Thank you.
See ya.